glad you're back. Figured you'd be tired of listening to me talk about your shit. But here you are, and I appreciate it. You actually just missed my good old friend, Benny Buttons. An old childhood friend from back in the day. He also happens to be best friends with my cousin Sonny. And Benny even said that he might come on the show at some point. But that's beside the point. He reminded me of something that happened about 2 years ago. I was at home around 10 o'clock at night, at the ass end of a nightly coffee, when the phone rang. It was my old police captain, telling me he had a case that I for sure would be interested in. He tells me the breast friend killer is back at it, and he needed my help. I instantly sat up and spilled my coffee all over my fucking PJs. The breast friend killer? He was a famous serial killer in Deadlock. He would kill women, and he would cut off their tits, just to keep them as souvenirs. We could never find this fuck. He also happened to be the fourth case that I had worked on as a private detective. He went silent for years, and now he's back. So I took the case. I'd been working the case for a couple of weeks. I hit a bunch of dead ends. Just dead ends after dead ends. The cops were more useless than a dick on Marilyn Monroe, and I was stuck chasing my fucking tail. But then, one day, I got a break. I got a call from a lady who thinks that she knows who the guy is. She was a titty shaker at a local strip club called Pump and Dumps. And as you can tell by the name, titties aren't the only thing shaking there if you catch my drift. Bring a condom. Or 5. Anyways, the titty shaker told me that one of her regulars was acting weird lately. He had been asking her a lot of questions about her breasts. What size are they? How big's your areolas? Do you have braille nipples? Weird shit like that. Now, normally I wouldn't put much stock into this. I've heard a lot of crazier shit, but it was the only lead I had. So I decided to stake out the strip club and see if the guy came back. Sure enough, after a few hours, he came back. He was a middle-aged man, probably 3 feet tall and balding, with a pot belly. He looked like he wouldn't hurt a fly, but I knew better. I followed him as he left the club, and he headed back to the apartment. I waited a few minutes, then I broke in. I figured he went to sleep. Oh, and fuck a warrant. When I was searching the joint, I found a room that was locked from the outside. I picked the lock, and I opened the door. And there, all over the fucking floor, in the middle of the room, was tits. They were everywhere. Here a tit, there a tit, everywhere a fucking tit. I felt like I was searching for shoes at the dollar bin. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't find a pair. And then out of nowhere, I hear a sound behind me. I turned around, and there he was. The breast friend killer. He was holding a knife. I was guessing it was the same one he used to remove all the tits. We circled each other around for a few seconds, then he lunged at me. I went to dodge him, and we started trading blows. It was a brutal fight, but I was used to that kind of shit. In the end, I managed to get the drop on him. I took away the knife, and I pinned him to the ground with my knee on his fucking throat. The cops arrived a few minutes later, and they took his ass in handcuffs. It turned out he was a former surgeon who was fired for doing weird, bizarre shit on breasts, and with breasts. Like I said, here a tit, there a tit. He killed about 14 women, because he couldn't handle a rejection. Instead of taking their hints, he took the tits. Personally, I prefer nice pair of intact tits, but that's just me. And with that, I'll see you around. Oh, and I can't believe I gotta say this, but if you like the show, or podcast, whatever the fuck this is, don't forget to like it and subscribe and even shoot me an email. Maybe you're tired of hearing my stories and you just want to hear me talk shit. Pretty damn good at talking shit. Maybe I'll have a couple friends over and we'll talk shit together. Let me know. And with that, I'll see you around, folks.